कुछ बदल रहा कुछ बदलेंगे तब बदलेगा जब बदलेंगे कुछ देखा है.
In 1997, Shashank Mani, the chairperson of Jagriti Yatra, he organized the Azad Bharat Rail Yatra to commemorate India's 50 years of independence. And that's how Jagriti Yatra was started. And look at us now, a few years later, sitting here narrating our personal journey of Jagriti Yatra 2014. Hi, I'm Jagriti Yatra, and I, along with my colleagues here, were part of the Yatra this year.
Hi, I am Sandeep Agarwal. I am Yatri 2014.
Hi, I'm Kunj Vaidya, Yatri 2014.
Vivek Bilgavi, Yatri 2014.
Hi, Murli Talasila, Yatri 2014.
दोस्तों मेरा नाम नीरज अग्रवाल है और मैं एक यात्री हूँ.
I think we reached the Kurla station around 10:30 after the dinner on that day night, right guys?
Yes.
Yep.
And we were wandering around trying to say hello to people, introduce ourselves for quite some time, and eventually we all got tired of shaking hands and showing our badges around and grabbing our luggage, and eventually we reached a point where we pulled our sleeping bags or whatever we had out, and we were actually sleeping on the platform. And I remember all these guys, we all were sleeping in sequence.
There were very few people and nobody was there to took the bottles in, water bottles.
Yeah.
And then we had to make a human chin, and we started putting all the Coke bottles and water bottles in the train. And it took half an hour. And we had a time limit that within half an hour we had to put all these carrots inside.
I think we did much earlier. I actually would like to claim that most of the guys sitting here were the ones to jump out of the train first and go put their hands up there to do the thing, and then I think half of the train came out, and it was a real human chain shipping the bottles into the store compartment from the place where they were dumped.
It's interesting how the meaning of water changed through the journey. I think when the first time we loaded, we thought the water is for drinking. But then we realized
That it
the
is for-
compartment you won't have the water would run out.
Yes.
So water would be used for, I think, other than bathing effectively. It's got used for.
And that's when a group came into existence purely for water conservation. And they came up with a very niche slogan,
Yeah.
Jal hai to kal hai. How
And they
amazing
actually
is
went
that?
around, I think, yeah.
Singing songs, right?
Yeah. So they were really part of, I think, one of the street theatre groups.
Yes.
So they really came with a troupe and they went Bobi Guy,
Appreciate the fact that they put posters outside
Yes.
the toilets of every single compartment.
Handmade posters which are made on the train to actually teach and preach conservation.
And the train had like 450 people from diverse backgrounds in terms of gender, occupation, designation, rural, urban, everything, and how we just came together and collaborate, like we talked about the human chain.
Yeah, strangers 1 minute before and fellow yatris 1 minute after. That's how the spirit was.
Devaria village to quite contrasting Tilonia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, another village, and that was surprising. Like I am like Rajasthani Marwadi, but when I saw that village in Rajasthan, I was shocked that a village in Rajasthan is so clean and the people there are so entrepreneur.
What was amazing is it was not plush, right? It was still
Yes.
it was still very modest.
Yeah,
But
but
somehow it was clean and it was maintained well.
The
People
spirit
looked
was very
after
high.
it.
The spirit was very
In
high.
their own means, they kept it clean enough, and the spirit from the smile on the child's face who was
Yes.
welcoming us on the side of the street is unbelievable. He may not be wearing iron clothes which are like freshly done, but tidy enough.
yeah.
And the self-sustainability aspect of it,
And
the solar cookers, I think that would beat any engineer any day. The kind of innovation and indigenous knowledge about solar
The
technology.
Rajasthani
which they has.
ladies used to they cover their head and cover their
And you didn't see any of that there.
and they
I mean,
don't
it was
talk
just
to the
completely-
strangers, and they are like they think that they are very literate, they can't interact with the people coming from the city, but when we saw them there, they were talking so confidently on the stage.
And they-
Sarpanch was a woman.
Sarpanch
Yes.
was a woman.
And they were the ones teaching these ladies and representatives who come from different countries,
Yeah.
and teaching the same technology, the solar technology that we're talking about, for them to take it back and
Without,
apply it
without
there.
knowing their language and all.
And even Shankar Rai as a role model, I think was extremely inspirational. I mean, he was
To summarize Tilonia, I think it still resonates in my mind. Education doesn't equate directly to learning.
Yeah.
You can get educated, but learning is very different. And
Right,
they totally focus in Tilonia on the learning part, never mind the education.
There is a huge skill gap in the country, and how are we going to able to achieve the aspirations we have, because the education won't come in 10 years. The fact is, if you follow this and all we have to look is inward, it can be done.
User manuals these grand ladies were using in the workshop where they were soldering and making this solar and allied equipment in Tilonia Barefoot College is all full of pictograms. As Vivek pointed out earlier, it was like IKEA centric. And this, because there is no language involved, they were able to use the same manuals to dissipate the knowledge to the women who came all the way from Cuba and Africa, Burundi, which is francophone speaking, French speaking country actually. We are already shocked enough to see women at that age doing soldering and fixing things, and now we have over and above that 2 ladies from 2 different continents altogether getting trained there where there's no language involved to communicate actually. It's very
That's why Bankar Rai said that there is no word called illiteracy. Only thing that people don't know how to read and write, but they can do whatever they like.
No, but they managed, these ladies from different countries, they managed to sing Hum Honge Kamyab,
Yes.
which was
Very
fantastic,
inspiring,
which was
right?
very inspiring.
Throughout the trip, every single person we met, every single place we visited, every single person we spoke to, everyone was so welcoming, and that embedding which happened between the yatris and the places we visited and the people we met, I think that is something which I would cherish for life.
I think Madurai was one of the role models that I've taken back from the journey. Arvind was, it was spectacular, the way he's designed everything and how it runs. It's excellent in terms of administration and everything. This little adventure that Neeraj had on the second day of the yatra, you want to give us a snapshot of that?
Yeah, the way all my trips begin with an adventure. One of my cohort members, he wanted us to have a bath before going to a school. We went to the VIP waiting room, my first time to a waiting room on a platform, and we waited. There were tons of people who were waiting ahead of us. By the time we got back on the train, there was only the train.
You had a bath in the waiting room?
Yeah, they had bathrooms
On the station.
on the station. Yeah.
Wow.
And when we got back, the train was locked. That's the protocol for the train. You lock it, and everybody leaves and comes back. And we thought we just have to look at the station. That's it. But then we managed to get to the school, and we should have realized that the school had a solar heater. The school had a solar pump.
Hence a bathroom.
Hence a bathroom. We could have very well taken a bath there.
Yeah.
How amazing Kalkari was with all the solar panels.
So what was the learning?
The learning is research the place where you are going, not from the place where you are starting.
And learning for me is, I think everyone would look at a place in a different way.
Yes.
Yeah, so I would have thought of Kalkari as a place to learn as to how art is being performed, but not from a lens as to we can have a bath there. Right? So,
Guys, you remember when Kunj was running riot through the fields of Devariya?
Ganne thod ke.
He literally damaged the entire sugarcane crop of a family.
Oh my God. किसी का रोटी ऐसे कैसे छीन सकते हो?
ऐसे लगता है कितने सालों का प्यासा भूखा.
No,
चीनी कैसे
Kunj.
छीन सकते हो?
That's not part of the script.
No, but jokes apart, he actually went complete gung-ho on the sugarcane field, and not just eating the sugarcane, but he took so many selfies using his BlackBerry phone.
Huh? BlackBerry phone?
Yeah,
What berry?
BlackBerry.
Does this exist still?
who uses BlackBerry nowadays?
Yeah.
But
No, there is a report
Even
in the
BlackBerry guys don't use BlackBerry, yeah?
Yeah. No, they sold 1 unit in the last quarter, and you can imagine for what. So you want to say something about your possession, prized possession?
No comment.
Come on.
So I think there were 2 aspects of the journey: the outer journey, the inner journey.
Yes.
So what we experienced on the train was the outer journey, where we had these moments, the tea moments, the going out of train moments, the fun we had inside the
the
train,
bath moment.
the bath moments,
DJ moment.
DJ moments, dance moments, and then there was the concept of inner journey, which got punctuated all throughout the journey, that we need to really look inwards and find out that what the yatra does. And I think all of us, we had a lot of takeaways when we thought about the inner journey. We didn't know Sandeep was a poet, for instance, and by the end of the yatra, he really did a lot of introspection and had his inner journey, and now he writes beautiful poems.
I realized that it's not only about the learning, it's a lot about unlearning, because over the years, with our experience, we have made a lot of perceptions what is right, what is wrong, and this yatra really taught us that you have to keep your mind open if you want to really relate with the young generation. The biggest perspective which I got from this yatra is that today's youth has a different mindset. Like I thought when we were hiring, people in our teams and all, we thought that everybody wanted a very good job in an MNC. But when we met these yatris, my whole perspective changed, that they want to do something differently where they can help the society also. So that was a big change I found in the today's youth. And now I can relate, with my kids and my team members that, what is going on in their mind. Because in our time, we used to trying to get a good job, settle ourselves. But today's youth has a totally different mindset that what they can do, which can also help the society together, rather than only helping them.
We're talking about inner journey. It's been pretty difficult for me to explain people how it feels or what it really. I'm not able to express. I've been unable to, and I've pretty much given up to be able to explain or even try doing it. That what it really. So it goes in my mind. I don't attempt it. Yeah. One of the partners asked me that you were there. That what was your first reaction once you got off the yatra and you came back? And I was like, my answer was, does it feel right to be the privileged one? Yeah. And right then I had already lost him. And it's not his fault, but it's just you have to experience it.
And now that we had so many learnings, explored so many different territories, known about so many projects, Kunja and I, for example, we are part of PwC India Foundation. So we want to take some of these learnings and make it actionable in PwC India Foundation and see how all this fits together.
It generated so much interest that a lot of my friends, my relatives, and even my colleagues in PwC have been asking me. So somebody asked me that, is it an MBA on wheels? And I said that no, not at all, because it's much more than it's a life experience, and you just have to go and see it for yourself, experience it for yourself, because no matter how much I try and make you understand, you just won't get it in your experience.
चलो, संवरने की रुत है।